2024 was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. All the information's on the screen. I won't read it to you because you guys can all read. The number of 17 visitors was more than we had before. If you include all the workers, there were about 40 people there at one time, which was pretty good. 19 total operators. There's our counts. We didn't really have any interference this year like we did the previous year. Propagation was pretty good, and operations were 24 hours. I think there was only one time in the middle of the morning where there wasn't somebody operating. Oh, I'm gonna go back here. Notice 29 counts on our GOTA. That's a new record. 29 queues. Thank you, Terry.
No, there's like 10 of them right there.
Here's our GOTA activity. So the rules are, if you haven't operated in a while, whatever that is, if you're basically inactive, you can operate the GOTA station and it counts as points. That's why these individuals have counts. Also, Josh is a new ham. He's been a ham less than 6 months. He operated too. We had one youth, Natalie. So that counts for extra points there. Total QSO points, CW and digital counts are doubled. Phones are 1 for 1. So 697 total queues for 1,215 points. We get the power multiplier since we were 100 watts or less. So it gives us a base score of 2430. We had pretty much all the bonus points available except for an appointed official. So we literally had all of those. This 300 is because we had 3 transceivers, so we get extra points for that. Oh, our educational activity was how to check coax to determine whether it's the antenna or the coax issue, and using FT8. So we had 2. There weren't a lot of people interested in either one of those educational activities, but we did walk. Josh did the how to check coax. Youth participation, which was Natalie. We had a safety officer, Terry. We were on social media, GOTA spots. We get extra points for those. That's new rule. Used to be it was just 1 point or 5 points for 10 contacts or something like that. So now it's 5 points per contact. We had a GOTA coach, which was Terry again. I submitted the entry via the web. That got us 15 points. 50 points, 15-15 for our total bonus for a final score of 39.45. That's the best we've had in 5 years. So several new bests and firsts on that one. That was, as of right now, that was our last year at Oklahoma School of Science and Mathematics, OSSM. I've started drafting a letter to go to the president, I believe, and thanking them for letting us operate there and for their kindness and host and things like that. Which will come up shortly. That's most likely our last year at OSSM because Dr. Underwood has retired, so we no longer have a direct in. And that's a happy person, there it is. So anyway, Field Day 2025 locations. We need to start looking now, because we're going to have to actually go out and see the sites and see if they're viable or not for field day. OSSM, if we can find another person there that's interested in being the hook for us, then we can go there, but I would put that possibility as very low. The Nichols Scout Ranch is the Boy Scout Ranch down near 191st Street and County Line Road, south of the airport. They have a very nice facility out there. I haven't been out there since my daughter was in Girl Scouts, so that was 20 years ago. But anyway, that's one place that we've started researching. The Middale Tech Center that we're looking at. OCCC, because we're currently having Ham Holiday there, we should have an inn to be able to operate there, at least outside the buildings. Paragon Building is where I currently showed up and worked for 13 years. It's over on 63rd, just south of 63rd in the Broadway extension. Several of you have met me there for various computer issues. There's a large 3 to 5 acre open area to the west of the building, and then there's about a 3 acre area to the north of the building. And the building leadership, the building management said we could operate there if we want. The good part about it is we can either portage on it for $85 rental, or I can use my access to the building to let people in if we need restroom facilities. There is no trees on either one of those lots, so there's no shade. We would have to provide our own awnings or shelter or whatever. The Oklahoma County Health Department, Tom can speak to that if you want to.
Okay. We're gonna have to change the batteries here pretty quick. Okay, Oklahoma City County Health Department used to be down on 23rd, just east of the Capitol. They moved out to 63rd, I think it's Portland.
Martin Luther King.
You know, Martin Luther King, just north of the racetrack. They have a communications center, effectively an emergency ops center, if you will, in the building. They also are the ones that control, as I understand it, the new version of emergency shelters that they have. They got rid of most, if not all, of the Western shelters that we used in the past. They've got a new style of shelter that 2 people can put up. And hopefully we could arrange to either operate from the EOC in the building, or at least on the grounds, or possibly wherever they store the shelters, say, okay, we won't take the shelter out in the field, we'll just move it out in the parking lot of wherever you're storing it and operate from that location. Some possibilities there.
Tom has a contact. She's a nurse that works over there at the health center, at the health department. And she says that their current emergency management position is unoccupied. They're looking for a new one, but maybe we can get an in there for that one. These are just ideas. This isn't part of the first cut decisions or anything else. We just, when you're driving back from Xenia, Ohio, you have a lot of free time on your hands other than the snoring coming from the passenger seat. So we tried to brainstorm all we could on potential places to hold future field days. The Brand Senior Center, 5 of our visitors, were related to the Brand Senior Center down in Moore, Oklahoma. It's not far from the Moore High School. There's a large grassy area to the west, if I remember the map correctly. There's a park next to it. They have restroom facilities there at the park, so we wouldn't have to worry about biologic stuff. But the church is right there, and they share same parking lot access and stuff. So on Sunday morning, it might be an issue. But those 2 nice ladies, one of them was the CEO, the other was the, wasn't she like the CEO of the organization?
Some kind of coordinator.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got an in there that's another potential site. The last 2 are open-ended suggestions. We can find a served agency. A served agency would be somebody that could use emergency services, like, God forbid, the Red Cross or the Salvation Army, or some other served agency like the Oklahoma County Health Department, which has, by state laws and regulations, has to have emergency services and emergency management available. Fraternal organizations like the VFW or the Masons or somebody like that might have a facility that we could use and utilize their land nearby if they had any. Terry, did you have your hand up a second ago?
I was gonna ask you what the splats represented. Some of them have splats and some of them don't.
What we're
I would say just talk loud.
What we're looking at, you notice we have the asterisks by some of them. If we were able to get utilization of one of those portable shelters, that makes those particular locations a little more attractive. For example, the Scout Ranch, Bill can speak more to this, but their activities are mainly during the week, not on weekends. And what they do have on the weekends are day camps. They're not there all year or all day for 24 hours, the whole weekend. But utilizing, if we could get a use of one of the emergency shelters that makes those particular locations a little more viable.
Okay. Did anybody else have a question? Other than how to use the microphone. So anyway, please start looking now. And if anybody wants to volunteer to lead this effort, please let me know. I don't have to lead. I like working it, but I don't have to be in charge. So if somebody wants to do it, let me know and you can take over. I'm done. Thank you very much.